Okay, let's just address the absolute biggest question right out of the gate. The one everyone asks when they think about India's premier engineering institutes. Can you actually study at IIT Madras, like get a legitimate degree from them without putting yourself through the notoriously grueling JEE advanced exam? Well, believe it or not, the answer is a resounding yes.
Welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to map out the exact step-by-step applicant journey for the IIT Madras BS degree program. We're breaking down the entire timeline from that exact moment you decide to hit apply all the way through to finally holding that official student ID card in your hand. To keep things crystal clear, we're going to tackle this in 5 quick parts today. The IIT BS opportunity, the qualifier process, exams and reattempts, your official welcome, and finally, logistics and fees. All right, let's get right into it. The Section 1, the IIT BS opportunity. So these non-campus BS degrees give you 2 totally distinct paths in. If you're coming in through the regular entry route, you're going to do what's essentially a 4-week qualifier audition. But if you've already qualified for the JEE Advanced this year, you actually unlock a direct registration route. You can totally bypass that audition phase and jump straight into your foundation courses. Now, before you dive in, we really need to set some realistic expectations. You are going to need to carve out about 8 to 10 hours of study time every single week for every single course you register for. So yeah, it's flexible, but it absolutely requires real, sustained effort on your part. Section 2, the qualifier process. For you regular applicants out there, you can really just think of this phase as a risk-free trial period to see if you're ready. There are 4 specific steps you'll go through. First up, you apply online and pay the fee. Next, you get access to 4 weeks of foundational video lectures. Third, you've got to submit weekly graded assignments based on those videos. And finally, if you meet the eligibility marks, you'll sit for an in-person qualifier exam. But here's the catch. You don't just automatically get to write that exam because you paid the application fee. You literally have to earn your hall ticket. For general category applicants, you need a minimum average assignment score of 40%. Now, that requirement does adjust down to 35% for OBC, NCL, and EWS candidates, and 30% for SC, ST, and PWD applicants. Honestly, though, don't panic if you have a terrible week. Life happens, right? The system is actually designed to give you a really fair shot. Your eligibility is calculated using the average of your best 2 out of the first 3 weeks. And if you somehow miss the cutoff there, they'll just look at your average across all 4 weeks combined. Whichever math gets you over the finish line is exactly the one they use. Section 3, exams and reattempts. Okay, so you've secured your hall ticket. Now it's time for the big one, a comprehensive 4-hour in-person test. And passing this isn't just about hitting one overall magic number. General category students have to score at least 40% in each individual subject, while also maintaining a 50% overall average. There are helpful concessions for other categories, too, like a 35% subject minimum and 45% overall average for OBC and EWS learners. Now, what if things just absolutely fall apart on exam day? IIT Madras actually provides a pretty fantastic lifeline here. If you earned your hall ticket but failed the test or you just couldn't show up, you can reattempt the qualifier exam in that exact same term. It's going to cost half of your original application fee, and honestly, the best part, your previous assignment scores are still totally valid, so you don't even have to redo those 4 weeks of assignments. This whole process really highlights how they try to set you up for success rather than failure. In fact, your qualifier exam score actually dictates the maximum number of foundation courses they recommend you take in your first term. If you barely scrape by with a minimum up to 50%, they'll advise you to stick to just 2 courses. Score between 50 and 70%, you can handle 3. But if you absolutely ace it with over 70%, you're cleared for the maximum load of 4 courses. Section 4, your official welcome. All right, this is the really exciting part. You passed. The moment you register for the foundation level, 3 very real official things unlock for you. You get an official IIT Madras admission letter, your very own student ID card, and a brand new official student email address. Pretty soon after that, your personal email login gets disabled, and you're using these official IIT credentials for absolutely everything. And you don't have to wait around for the post office to deliver these either. You can just securely download your admission letter and your ID card as PDFs directly from the Documents for Download section right there on your online student dashboard. Now here's a cool detail. What if you pass the qualifier, but then life gets crazy and you need to hit pause before starting your full coursework? No problem at all. Your admission letter and your qualifier score actually stay valid for 3 full academic terms. So you've got a super generous window to officially enroll when you're truly ready.
Section 5. Logistics and fees.
Honestly, this next point is a huge relief for a lot of people. It's a pay-as-you-go structure. You do not have to write some massive, terrifying check for the whole degree upfront. Fees are collected every semester, and they're based exclusively on the number of courses you actually register for. If you only have the time and budget for 2 courses this term, you literally only pay for those 2 courses.
And just to get your foot in the door initially, the application fees are really quite accessible. It's $4,000 for general, OBC, and EWS categories, $2,000 for SC, ST, and PWD applicants, and just $1,000 if you fall under both SC/ST and have a disability of 40% or more. Plus, remember that reattempt lifeline we talked about earlier? That's always going to cost exactly half of whatever your initial fee was. Logistically, you need to understand that this is very much a hybrid program. The video lectures, yes, those are 100% online, but every single semester features 2 quizzes and a final exam that are strictly in-person invigilated tests at designated exam centers. They've got them across the country and even in some international cities. Also, if your specific path requires lab courses, there is no getting around it. It is absolutely mandatory to travel down to the physical IIT Madras campus to complete those. But because they totally understand that they're dealing with working professionals and busy full-time students, the timeline is incredibly forgiving. You actually have a maximum of 8 years to finish the entire BS degree from start to finish. So there you have it. We've walked through the entire roadmap today, from wrapping our heads around this unique backdoor opportunity and surviving the 4-week qualifier, to conquering the exams, grabbing your official student ID, and mapping out the logistics. The path forward is completely laid out. I guess the only question left for you is, are you ready to start your 4-week IIT Madras edition?